Okay, sorry I didn't change that. It's supposed to be video 2. Okay, video 2 is all about adding polynomials. Now, adding polynomials is all about collecting like terms. For instance, if I had one polynomial is x squared plus 3, and I'm going to add that to a second polynomial, 3x squared minus 5, all you're going to do is collect like terms. Now, we can do this one of two ways. You can do it in column form, or you can do collect like terms horizontally like this. Now, remember, like terms are the ones that have the same variable and exponent. Like the x squared is a like term with 3x squared. And the constants, the plus 3 is a like term with the minus 5. So if you're going to collect like terms, all you do is you add or subtract coefficients. Remember, when you're collecting like terms, you only add or subtract coefficients. So I'm going to write that down here for you. Coefficients. Coefficients is the number in front of the variable. Okay? So for this example right here, we have 1x squared plus 3x squared. That's going to equal 4x squared. But we're not done. We have plus 3 minus 5. That's going to be minus 2. So there. You just added these two binomials to make this one binomial right here. Now, they can give you some more difficult polynomials to add, and if you see that, you might want to do it in column form. Let's say, for instance, and you write out a couple of big polynomials here, 4x to the fourth plus 3x cubed minus 12x squared plus 9. I'm going to add that to, let's see, let's go with 6x to the fourth plus 5x squared minus x minus 3. Okay? Now, if you're going to do this in column form, you've got to write down the whole polynomial in descending order according to the variables. Now, if you notice, you have x to the fourth, x cubed, x squared. There's no x term here, so I'm going to write one in. So I'm going to write it in column form. I'm going to rewrite it with an x term, but watch. The x term will have a plus 0x. I'm not adding anything to this polynomial right here because I'm adding 0 times x, which is 0. But it's a placeholder, so I can set this other one underneath it, right there. So plus 0x and then plus 9. And I'm going to rewrite this polynomial with the second one underneath here. I'm getting ready to sneeze. Hang on a second. Excuse me. So we have plus, and then we have 6x to the fourth underneath there. There's no x cubed term, so I can just add plus 0. Doesn't mean anything. Plus 5x squared. And then minus x, minus 1x. I'll write the minus 1. And then minus 3. And then all you do is you add these. 4 and 6 is 10, and you leave the exponent and the variable alone. These two is plus 3x cubed. And with the cubed, this one is minus 12 plus 5, which is going to stay negative 7x squared. You have 0 minus 1, so it becomes minus x. And then plus 9 minus 3 is plus 6. So that's how you would do it in column form. Now, the book is going to try to have you do something about distributing, like, say, multiply x squared plus 3, and it's going to say multiply that times 3. The book shows it kind of weird. I want you to not think of it like this, but just put the 3 in front and do the distributing like we've learned how to do before. So 3 times x is 3x squared, and 3 times 3 is going to be plus 9. Okay? So that's your basics on how to do adding polynomials. The next page is going to be a couple of examples. You can pause the screen when I tell you to, and then I'll show you the answers. So let's have x squared plus 3, add that to 3x cubed minus x squared. 2 is going to be 4x cubed plus 2x squared. Add that to, let's see, 4x cubed minus 2x squared minus 4. And the last one, let's make no, let's not go too big. 5x cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 4. You're going to add that one to, let's see, negative 4x cubed plus 6x squared plus 9x plus 5. Okay, so go ahead and pause and try these, and then I'll show you the answers here when you unpause. Okay, like terms, x squared, there's no x squared, so it's going to be just an x squared in the answer. So x squared. And 3, there's no 3, so plus 3. 3x cubed plus 3x cubed. And minus x squared. So none of these terms actually cancel. Now if you wanted to arrange this in descending order, you'd go to the highest order monomial first. 3x cubed. I'm sorry, there's an x squared and x squared right there. So x squared minus x squared, they cancel out. So it's going to be 3x cubed and then plus 3. Okay? This one, let's see, 4x cubed plus 4x cubed is 8x cubed. Then we have a 2x squared minus a 2x squared, so they cancel out. And then you have nothing minus 4, so it's just minus 4. The last one is 5x cubed minus a 4x cubed is just 1x cubed. And we have a 3x squared, let's see, it's plus 3 and then plus 6 right here, so plus 9x squared. So we have a minus x plus a 9x, that's plus 8x. And then we have a minus 4 plus 5, that's a plus 1. Okay? Now, this is more stuff we're going to do on the next lesson. All right? See you guys.